From Lil Red's Longhorn Saloon in the historic Stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas, it's the Gilley Show, featuring Kelly Spinks, Bobby Mackey, with the Texas All-Star Band. Brought to you in part by Total People Plus Multivitamins. And now, here she is, Gilley.
From a jack to a king, from loneliness to a wedding ring, he played an ace and won a queen, and walked away with my heart. From a jack to a king, with no regret he stacked the cards last night. Lady Luck played her hand just right, and walked away with his heart. For just a little while, I thought that I might lose the game. Then just in time I saw the twinkle in your eyes. From a jack to a king, from loneliness to a wedding ring, he played an ace and won a queen, and walked away with my heart. For just a little while, I thought that I might lose the game. Then just in time I saw the twinkle in your eyes. From a jack to a king, from loneliness to a wedding ring, he played an ace and won a queen, and walked away with my heart. Welcome, everybody. I'm Gilley, and here's our very own Kelly Spinks.
When shadows fall, I'm twice as lonely. How I miss my one and only. Gone tonight like many nights before. Ever since the day I found her, my world's been built around her just like before. She'll hurt me once more, and I walk in the floor. Walking slow and thinking about her. How can I live without her? Teardrops dim these eyes that watch the door. Still I hope that she'll come stealing back to the door. Like always before, I'll forgive her once more and stop walking the floor. dim these eyes that walk the floor. lately that I love you? Could I tell you once again somehow? Have I told you with all my heart and soul how I adore you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. This heart would break in two if you refuse me. I'm no good without you anyhow. Have I told you lately that I love you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. Have I told you lately when I'm sleeping? Every dream I dream is you somehow. Have I told you the nights are so alone when you're not with me? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. This heart would break in two if you refuse me. I'm no good without you anyhow. Have I told you lately that I love you and adore you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. Well, darling, I'm telling you now.
I'm here today to talk to each and every one of y'all at home about my career and where it took me and where my heart has been forever. In 1991, Desert Storm was starting to happen. And I loved our veterans and our military. My dad was in the Air Force. I had great respect for our flag and our country. And I know the sacrifices, the men and women who serve, what they've done and what they've done for each and every one of us in our country. I asked a friend of mine, could we come up with a song that would express how we felt, just to say thank you. I came to Dallas, Texas. I went into a recording studio and I recorded The Line Drawn in the Sand. We sent it to Armed Forces Radio just to say thanks. Little did I know that one day I would receive a letter from General Schwarzkopf thanking me for my song. He said, I thought God Bless the USA said it all until I heard The Line Drawn in the Sand. He says, Penny, will you come perform for our homecoming in Oceanside, California? It was the largest homecoming for any war. It was 120,000 people there. Great headliners, rock stars. I was the only country girl there, and I was so honored. Little did I know that he would sign off for me to perform all over the world for our troops. In 15 years, I traveled 33 countries, Korea, 12 tours, It was the highlight of my life. Little did I know, what it would mean to those soldiers till I looked them in the eye. I would shake their hands. I would give them a hug. And I would tell them, thank you. And they would say, no, Miss Penny, I'm just doing my job. They were wonderful. They would show me that wallet in that picture of that little girl, that little boy they haven't seen in months. They were very proud and very honored to serve our great country. I went and it was 2002 and 2003. I went to Afghanistan, Kuwait, Oman. I went all over Bosnia, Kosovo. And I would be out there. I told them, send me to where those troops, where they need a little home, a little up. I would be on a flatbed truck singing. I would be dressed in my military flak jackets, you name it. I always had something sparkly, something blingy, because you know me, that's what I love is the sparkle. And I loved it. And one day I was performing and I heard something, and all the soldiers in the audience, they grabbed their rifle and they took off. And I was scared a little. And one of the soldiers came up to me and he says, Miss Penny, don't worry. If something breaks out, you'll be the first ones out of here. And I just want every veteran out there watching to know you have not been forgotten. You never will. Regardless of what storm or what war you weathered, only heroes dare to cross the line drawn in the sand. And I'm just so honored for all those years that I could go around and bring a little piece of home to our men and women who serve. We have got to respect and support our military and our soldiers in what they do. All these patches through the years, veterans, soldiers gave them to me in different countries. I don't even have enough jackets to fill with all the patches I still have. It was a wonderful time for me. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Penny Gilley Show. We're almost at 17 years now, and it's because of you that I get to do what I love. And I appreciate you so much. God bless each and every one of you. Here's the video that took me around the world, the line drawn in the sand.
They were there to fulfill their obligation, not knowing what the future had in store. They filled our hearts with pride and inspiration, made us love, oh glory, even more. They've come home to a mighty grateful nation that's proud that they stood so brave and strong. Let's not forget in all our jubilation to remember them when all the cheers are gone. Let's give a hand. Let's give a hand to every brave American who dared to cross the line drawn in the sand. Let's keep reminding everybody throughout this great big land, only heroes cross the line drawn in the sand. Our finest sons and daughters braved the storm. While we knelt and prayed, they stood so straight and tall. Now it's our turn to defend what they were fighting for, the freedom that lives inside us all. Let's give a hand. Let's give a hand to every brave American who dared to cross the line, drawn in the sand. Let's keep reminding everybody throughout this great big land, only heroes cross the line drawn in the sand. And those who paid the price, they did not die in vain. They made the greatest sacrifice so liberty can reign. Let's give a hand to every brave American who dared to cross the line, drawn in the sand. Let's keep reminding everybody throughout this great big land, only heroes cross the line drawn in the sand. The line drawn in the sand. Line drawn in the
Life is easy when we're up on the mountain. You've got peace of mind like you've never known. But things change when we're down in the valley. Don't lose faith, for we're never alone. For the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, He'll make it right. For the God of the good times is still God in the bad times. The God of the day is still God in our night. We talk of faith when we're up on the mountain, but talk comes easy when life's at its best. But down in the valley, trials and temptations, that's where your faith is really put to the test. For the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, He'll make it right. For the God of the good times is still God in the bad times. The God of the day is still God in our night. The God of the day He's still God in our life. Yes, He is. That wraps it up for another Penny Gilley Show, and I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in. I love you. God bless. We'll be right back here next week, everybody, at Little Red's Longhorn Saloon in the Stockyards of Fort Worth, Texas. Kelly Spinks, Bobby Mackey, and the Texas All-Star Band, everybody. God bless our veterans. We love you.